So that moment we were discussing how to manage the memory and what is the need to manage the memory in C language. That moment I told you that the memory management is very important because if unnecessarily memory allotted for many variables, so that program will perform, its performance will be low. So time to time the management of memory, that is very important. Unneeded memory, that is to be removed. Okay, otherwise that program performance may be slow or low. So in C language, we need to, as a programmer, as I told you, that we need to manage the memory as a programmer. So it is somewhat complicated, but if we use it correctly, so it is somewhat quite powerful. Okay, so that is to be managed very properly managing the computer memory, so it increases the performance of the program. So program, I told you, there's some sequence of instructions written, that is called a program. Combination of so many programs is called software. It may be application software, system software, utility software. Utility software, I told you that whenever we install that operating system along with whatever the apps will come, they are called utility software. Then utility software need not to be separately installed, they will come along with the operating system. So if we know that how to release the memory, okay, when if it is no longer required, that moment, if we know that how to release the memory, it is so useful to manage the memory. Okay, so in the previous chapter we have studied about the memory addresses and pointers which are related with managing the memory. Okay, so whenever memory management means memory management means, so whenever we are interacting with the memory through pointers. So in the previous classes we have studied about the memory addresses and pointers. So we can directly interact with memory, we can directly access the memory through pointers. In the previous classes we have studied. So while dealing with handling with pointers, it is very we need to be so careful that, because whenever you are dealing with pointers, okay, why? Because we need to be so careful, because there is a chance to damage the data stored in the memory addresses while we are dealing with pointers. Okay, so already I told you that in memory means computer memory locations, data will be stored. So every memory location has a memory address. Okay, so in that memory location, data means integer, float, bool, char, any type of data stored, and that memory locations are named with labels called variables. So that memory address and pointers, okay, whenever we are dealing with pointers, we need to be so careful that, because there is a chance of damaging data stored in memory addresses, losing of. So that is very important to deal with pointers very carefully. So memory management so it is the process of handling how much memory a program uses through allocation. So that memory management means, so in that memory management we will decide that as a program how much memory will be allotted to that program. Okay, and reallocation of the memory, deallocation, often it is referred to as freeing of memory. Deallocation means freeing of memory. So as a programmer, it is our duty to ensure that how much of program to be allotted to that program. Okay, so In means allocating of memory means managing of memory means different processes are there. One is that allocation of memory, reallocation of memory, and deallocation. Deallocation means freeing of the memory, freeing space. So we will discuss these all chapters one by one. Okay, first of all, allocate memory. We need to discuss this one. Okay, allocate memory. So we will discuss, and